The studio has switched to Unreal Engine 5. That's a huge deal. It means the game is being built on the same technology that powers many next-generation titles, designed from the ground up for massive open worlds, incredible lighting, and insane amounts of detail. In other words, the continent is about to look more real, more alive, and more dangerous than ever before. Now, let's talk about the protagonist, because this is the part that has fans buzzing. It's official. Ciri is stepping into the spotlight. No more speculation. This is her story. If you've played The Witcher 3, you know her arc was left wide open, with multiple endings depending on your choices. The developers have chosen to canonize the path where she becomes a Witcher, not an Empress. And that makes sense. She's undergone the trial of grasses, she's a fully mutated Witcher now, and her glowing green eyes in the trailer confirm it. This isn't the same Ciri exactly what fans want. A proper farewell to the White Wolf, while passing the torch to the next generation. As for Yennefer, Triss, and the rest, nothing is confirmed, but it wouldn't be surprising to see them reappear, even if only in smaller roles. The first cinematic trailer for The Witcher 4 sets a dark, heavy tone. We see Ciri fighting a grotesque creature to rescue a villager, only to return and find another innocent sacrificed by humans. That right there tells us everything about the direction of this game. Monsters are terrifying, sure, but people are often worse. This has always been at the heart of the Witcher series, and it looks like Witcher 4 will double down on that theme. Expect tough moral choices, decisions that weigh on you, and outcomes where good and evil don't really exist, just consequences. Now, about the world itself. The developers have said Witcher 4 will have a map roughly the size of Witcher 3's, but with a stronger focus on density and meaningful content. That means fewer empty stretches and more places that actually matter. Villages full of personality, cities bustling with life, and forests that feel like they're hiding secrets around every corner. Imagine walking into a fishing port at dawn, fishermen pulling in their nets, guards changing shifts, merchants setting up stalls, all happening monsters, smarter enemy AI, and more dynamic environments. And Witcher 4's battles could be some of the most thrilling the series has ever seen. And yes, potions, oils, and preparation will almost certainly remain core mechanics, because what's a Witcher without a little alchemy? Now let's speculate a bit about the story. At the end of Witcher 3, the world was fractured, Nilfgaard unstable, the northern kingdoms divided, and old scars from war still bleeding. Witcher 4 will likely pick up in that kind of world, one where Witchers are still distrusted, feared, or even hated, despite the fact that monsters continue to roam freely. The Lynx medallion teased in promotional material suggests a new Witcher school is rising, something we've never seen before. Could this be Ciri's own order? A rival faction with different methods? Maybe even an antagonist group that doesn't share the values of the old schools? That medallion is more than just jewelry. It's a symbol of change, and possibly conflict. And let's not forget Ciri's elder blood. She's not just any Witcher. She has powers tied to time, space, and other worlds. The Wild Hunt may have been defeated, but there are still countless threats out there beyond the continent. Other dimensions, other enemies, maybe even remnants of the NL who aren't finished with her. Imagine being pulled into strange new realms mid-quest, or dealing with enemies who can step between worlds just as easily as she can. The possibilities are endless, and they could open the door to some of the most creative storytelling we've seen in the series. So when's it coming out? That's the tough part. Officially, The Witcher 4 isn't expected until at least 2027. The game only entered full production in late 2024, and CD Projekt Red has learned from the rough launch of Cyberpunk 2077. They're not rushing this. Right now, there are hundreds of developers working on it, but a game of this scope takes time. Personally, I'd rather wait and get something polished, refined, and unforgettable than see it rushed out the door. And considering it's the start of a new trilogy, the foundation has to be rock solid. In terms of platforms, nothing has been confirmed, but it's safe to expect PC and all major next-gen consoles, maybe even cloud.
But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
So you are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business. And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. That's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Ciri?
Welcome back, Witcher fans. Today we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated RPGs of the decade, The Witcher 4. This is the next chapter in CD Projekt Red's legendary fantasy series, and while it's still a few years away, we already have enough information, hints, and speculation to piece together a really exciting picture. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's walk the path together as we talk about the future of the Witcher saga. First things first, yes, The Witcher 4 is officially happening. CD Projekt Red confirmed it back in 2022, and they didn't just announce a single game, they revealed that this would be the start of a brand new trilogy. The codename for the project is Polaris, and it represents a new era for the series. Instead of using their old in-house Red engine we last saw running from the Wild Hunt, this is a seasoned monster hunter, armed with both her blades and her Elder Blood powers. And honestly, it's about time she got her own game. But don't worry, Geralt isn't gone completely. His voice appears in the trailer, and the developers have confirmed he'll show up in some capacity. My guess, he'll take on more of a mentor role, maybe guiding Ciri from the sidelines, or serving as a link to the old saga. He's not the focus anymore, but his presence will still be felt, and that's naturally as you pass by. That's the level of immersion Unreal Engine 5 can deliver, and with features like Nanite and Lumen, we're looking at visuals where even the tiniest detail, like moss on a rock or rain sliding off Ciri's sword, feels grounded in reality. This isn't just a prettier continent, it's a living, breathing one. Of course, exploration wouldn't be the same without your faithful companion, and for Ciri, that's her horse Kelpie. Yes, horseback travel is returning, and if the tech demo is anything to go by, it's going to feel smoother, more natural, and more integrated than ever. Riding across muddy roads after a storm, snow crunching beneath hooves, or galloping into a dense forest where visibility drops as fog rolls in. These little details can transform exploration into an adventure all its own. Let's talk combat, because this is where things could get really interesting. With Geralt, combat was always about swordplay mixed with signs and alchemy, methodical, tactical, and brutal. Ciri, on the other hand, is faster, more agile, and more unpredictable. Her ability to teleport or blink made her brief playable sections in Witcher 3 feel almost like a different game. Now imagine an entire combat system built around that. Quick dashes, surprise strikes, combos that chain together swordplay and magic in ways Geralt never could. Combine that with new monsters.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at lynx.
Onward, Kelpie. We've worked.
Even cloud streaming services depending on where technology stands by then. To sum it up, The Witcher 4 isn't just another sequel, it's the rebirth of the saga. A new protagonist in Ciri, a darker and more brutal world, a fresh trilogy on the horizon, and the full power of Unreal Engine 5 bringing it all to life. The wait may be long, but everything we've seen and heard suggests it'll be worth it. This is The Witcher for a new generation, and I can't wait to see where the path leads us next. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this breakdown of The Witcher 4, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into upcoming games, and let me know in the comments what you're most excited about. Do you think Ciri will face enemies from other worlds? Do you want Geralt to have a bigger role? Or is it time to move on? Share your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Until next time, stay safe, stay sharp, and as always, watch out for monsters.
We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open-world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open-world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.